Hollyoaks fans see Robbie Roscoe finally get out of that shed next week, as Jez Blake's guilty conscience overwhelms him. Robbie heads back into the village for a long-awaited reunion with his girlfriend Vicki Grant, after a rare display of mercy from Jez. Over the past few weeks, viewers have seen Robbie endure being kept as a prisoner for the second time this year. Jez is holding Robbie in a shed at the allotment, and is regularly confiding in him about the pressure and stress he's facing as Hollyoaks' newest serial killer. Next week, Vicki refuses to give up on Robbie and desperately tries to find a way to track him down following his disappearance. And it seems that the timing is perfect, as Jez is starting to reconsider his recent twisted behavior. After months of killing people for fun, Jez decides that he wants to be a better person, our Hollyoaks source explains. Jez is influenced by his daughter Sienna, keen to change his ways for her sake after everything that she's done for him. He decides to set Robbie free for a happily ever after with Vicki. But will things really work out that way? Hollyoaks offered a first look at these scenes in a new trailer released last week, which featured footage of Robbie stepping back into the village. Meanwhile, in a busy time for the Jez storyline, there are plenty more surprising developments ahead next week. Liberty Savage is shocked to come across an unexpected proposal from Jez, which reads, "Will you be my Bloomie?" It turns out that Jez hopes Liberty will partner up with him for the Hollyoaks in Bloom competition, but does he want even more than that from her? The rest of the Blakes struggle to digest recent events, but Jez and Liberty's surprising connection isn't the only worry on Sienna's mind. As Sienna questions how Dilly could have really been linked to Ian and Dennis's murders, she goes looking for Jez to get some answers. Sienna is frustrated when she can't find Jez at the allotment, but something suspicious soon catches her eyes in the flower beds. The true extent of Jez's crimes is about to become clear, but will Sienna be able to stay quiet? Or could she put herself in terrible danger by threatening to expose the truth? Hollyoaks unleashes explosive twist as Robbie escapes and Jez's secrets unravel. Is this the end or just the beginning? After weeks of tense build-up, unexpected reveals, and mounting dread, Hollyoaks fans are finally rewarded with a pivotal moment in one of the year's most gripping storylines. Robbie Roscoe, who has endured one of the soap's darkest arcs in recent memory, is finally set free, but not without consequence. Next week's episodes promise a flurry of emotional reunions, shocking discoveries, and long-overdue confrontations. At the heart of it all is Jez Blake, whose double life as a seemingly troubled man and secret serial killer begins to collapse in spectacular fashion. The show has never shied away from twisted psychological drama, but this plot has taken things to a chilling new level. Robbie's ordeal, a captive no more. For weeks now, viewers have helplessly watched as Robbie Roscoe suffered in silence, locked away in a shed, hidden from the world. Jez Blake, whose descent into madness has captivated audiences and terrified the village, had imprisoned Robbie at the allotment, turning a peaceful gardening spot into a den of dread. The storyline began slowly, with Robbie mysteriously vanishing from the village. Rumors swirled, but only viewers knew the truth. He was being held against his will by a man who had developed a sickeningly comfortable routine of confessing his crimes to his captive. It was psychological torture disguised as companionship. But next week, the dynamic shifts. The emotional and psychological weight of Jez's actions finally catches up to him. The serial killer, who has been operating under a thin veil of charisma and instability, begins to buckle under the pressure, and it's not guilt alone that sparks his sudden change of heart. The influence of Sienna. Can love redeem Jez? If there's one person who has managed to get through to Jez, it's his daughter, Sienna. Despite her own complicated past and battles with darkness, Sienna has tried, again and again, to pull her family out of chaos. And Jez, in his own warped way, listens. According to inside sources from Hollyoaks, Jez's desire to be a better person is largely driven by Sienna's influence. After everything she's done to help him, all the second chances, the heartfelt conversations, and the blind faith, Jez begins to wonder whether he could actually change. After months of killing people for fun, Jez decides that he wants to be a better person, a Hollyoaks insider explains. He's influenced by his daughter Sienna, and wants to prove that he's capable of redemption, at least in her eyes. That moment of self-awareness leads Jez to do something nobody expected. He sets Robbie free. But in Hollyoaks, redemption is never simple, and Robbie's return to the village could have consequences far beyond Jez's control. A reunion with Vicki. Is love enough to heal the trauma? For Vicki Grant, Robbie's disappearance was like losing part of herself. She refused to believe he'd simply vanished, choosing instead to fight, to dig, and to trust her instincts. Her unwavering determination becomes crucial next week, as Jez's decision to release Robbie coincides perfectly with her renewed efforts to find him. When Robbie finally returns, the moment is tender but fraught with unspoken pain. He's been through a trauma most can't begin to imagine, and Vicky, relieved yet heartbroken, now faces the challenge of helping him recover. The village, meanwhile, is stunned. Questions swirl. Where was Robbie? Why won't he talk about what happened? And most urgently, is he safe now? A new obsession, Jez and Liberty's unexpected bond. As if Jez's internal crisis weren't enough, the storyline throws in another curveball, a bizarre and unsettling shift in Jez's affections. Liberty Savage is caught completely off guard when Jez approaches her with what looks like a romantic gesture. The message, scribbled clumsily but with emotional intensity, reads, "Will you be my Bloomie?" It's later revealed that Jez is referring to the local, Hollyoaks in Bloom, competition, but viewers and characters alike can't help but sense something deeper, something off. Is Jez truly seeking an innocent partnership, or is his obsession shifting to Liberty as he tries to fill the emotional void left by Sienna's disappointment? Liberty, known for her big heart and sometimes naive optimism, agrees to partner with him, but she may be walking into something far more dangerous than she realizes. The Blakes reel from the truth. The rest of the Blake family struggles to keep up with the rapidly unfolding chaos. Sienna, already emotionally strained, begins to feel the walls closing in. She's desperate to connect the dots, from Ian and Dennis's deaths to the bizarre behavior of her father and the people he surrounds himself with. Her suspicions turn to obsession, and she finds herself drawn back to the allotment. But Jez is gone, nowhere to be found. Instead, something far more sinister grabs her attention. Among the flower beds and perfectly arranged blossoms, something is wrong. The soil has been disturbed. A faint smell lingers. Sienna's instincts scream that something terrible lies just beneath the surface. And she's right. The buried truth. Jez's crimes come to light. What Sienna finds next could shatter everything. Though she doesn't uncover the full extent of Jez's crimes immediately, the clues begin to mount. A glint of jewelry in the dirt. A trace of blood where it shouldn't be. And suddenly, the sweet, quirky father figure she's tried to protect becomes a monster in her eyes. The weight of the truth is unbearable. Jez isn't just unstable, he's a killer. A cold, calculating murderer who used charm and manipulation to hide in plain sight. Now, Sienna faces a moral and personal dilemma. Does she keep quiet, protect the last remnants of her family, and try to cover up the horror? Or does she tell the truth, and risk becoming Jez's next victim? Will Sienna survive her father's darkness? Sienna's journey in Hollyoaks has always been layered. She's both a survivor and a fighter. But her relationship with Jez might be her most dangerous battle yet. If she chooses to expose him, she risks her life. Jez has shown that he will go to great lengths to keep his secrets buried, literally and figuratively. But if she stays silent, she becomes complicit in the murder of innocent people. The next few episodes will push Sienna to her breaking point. With Liberty unknowingly getting closer to Jez, and Robbie reeling from his time in captivity, the stakes have never been higher. Will Sienna act before it's too late? Or will she fall victim to the man she once called family? Hollyoaks in Bloom, a dark metaphor? On the surface, the Hollyoaks in Bloom competition seems like a fun, lighthearted subplot. But in the context of Jez's storyline, it becomes a haunting metaphor. Flowers bloom, hiding what lies beneath. The allotment, meant to be a place of life and growth, has become a graveyard of Jez's darkest impulses. His desire to participate in the competition, to appear normal, only underscores how deeply unhinged he's become. It's a chilling reminder that evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes, it smiles, gardens, and asks you to be their Bloomie. Final thoughts. Redemption or ruin? Next week's Hollyoaks episodes are poised to deliver the emotional and narrative payoff that fans have been waiting for. With Robbie finally free, Vicky reunited with the man she loves, and Sienna inching closer to the truth, every thread in this twisted tapestry is beginning to tighten. Jez's fate is uncertain. Will he spiral further into madness, or will he find redemption through his daughter's love? More importantly, will anyone survive the fallout? What's clear is that Hollyoaks isn't afraid to dive into the darkest corners of the human psyche, and with this storyline, they've crafted a suspenseful, heartbreaking, and brilliantly acted tale that will leave viewers breathless.